Hey everybody! My name is Brandon Ross, and welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20, a player-hater gaming production where myself and some friends come together over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons & Dragons. Now before we get started, I'm going to make some really quick announcements because I want to get to the goal we got to. I'm excited. First, if you haven't checked our Twitter out yet, please come over there and follow us at Player Hater LLC. We would just love to have you there to keep you up to date on when we go live, upcoming projects. We have a tons of things in the works, a lot of moving parts going on, and we're going to be able to get a lot of really good content out to all of you who have decided to join our fantastic community. So thank you for being here and just coming to hang out. Speaking of hang out, the best place you can hang out for us is going to be on our Discord. If you haven't gotten to it yet, please come on down, check it out, and say hi. It is focused on tabletop gaming, not just D&D, but we will be having channels for other tabletop games. My earpiece is loose. This is weird. Hang on. It wouldn't be a player-hater gaming stream without something going off the hitch. There we go. It is a tabletop-focused Discord, and there will be other genres there as well, as long as with just sharing memes or just talking, having fun. Please come to the Discord, hang out, talk about anything you want, and just come be chill people. That's all we want to do is just hang out with chill people. Our YouTube, which is also just Player Hater Gaming. I've done my best to keep everything simple. Feel free to check that out. Subscribe to it. You can keep up to date with all of our previous episodes. We upload them every Tuesday, so in case you can't be here for the live game, you can keep up to date. So that's a great way for you to do that. And then we also have a Patreon going right now. Same thing, Player Hater Gaming. If Twitch subscription isn't for you, there's some great options there to just support and have fun, along with some really good perks that go with them as well. Right now, if you are enjoying the character art you will see on screen, I've gotten with my artist, and you'll see more of her work soon down the line. But right now, if you use promo code Bar20, I'm getting this in the chat real quick, she will give you a 15% discount on your first commission with her. Her work is fantastic. You can get her on that Twitter information there in chat. And I look forward to just seeing more of her artwork here for all of you guys to check out. It's fantastic stuff. Before I get too far forward in this, I'm going to go grab my table really quick, and then we will have a few more announcements. Hello, everyone.
Howdy. Hello.
How are all of you doing?
Doing good.
Good. My
Living.
starts working.
Once your camera starts working, you'll get it there. I'm going to keep it on this screen now until it does get working so it doesn't mess up all the crazy stuff.
It's trying.
Before we get into where I usually bring the table in, I have some lovely news from Miss Kelly talking about our merch, which I will also put into our chat. Kelly, what do you got about merch? What's going on with all that stuff?
All right. Hi, everybody. It's your Angry Neighborhood Pyre here to talk about merch. Currently, we have a few things up. We've got some hoodies with zippers, not zippers. We've got t-shirts. I know currently I'm waiting on 2 t-shirts and a hoodie right now, and they should be coming in any day soon, and I'm super excited about it. So maybe next time I'll be wearing one of those. We also have mug, face mask, because those are still important right now, so why not just show off your love for Player Hater Gaming while also being healthy. And then we also have a water bottle and a tumbler. And my oldest son, is super excited to get the water bottle so he can take it to school and possibly get us some more followers while also drinking some water. So that's good.
He's not drinking water. Let's be real. What you're going to do is you're going to get the Capri Sun and you're going to pour the Capri Sun into it so he can have Capri Sun at school.
Yep. And they're going to be like, what is in there? He's like, water. It's like, we believe you, Kinley, because you're a good student. So yeah, 100%. That's what's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, at this point in the show, before we kick off the actual episode, we have this great thing called Help Dice, to where if you've accrued the channel points, you can use the Help Dice function to give everybody a little bit of Help Dice. I do have a small pool for all of them, so we're going to go around my table and see who could use some help tonight. And I think last time I went with Cathalia in a round, so this time we'll go with Drifting Snowflake in a round. Miss Snow, how much Help Dice do you have?
I am full currently.
You're full. All right. Kelvin, how's your Help Dice looking?
I have 3 of 3.
3 of 3. Pyre.
I have 3 of 3 as well.
3 of 3.
I need help in other ways.
Help.
So, I need legal help.
We cannot help with money.
I need
sanity.
I need legal help right now. That's what
Legal
I need.
help.
Yes, that's what
Got
I
it.
need.
If you have a good lawyer's number, go ahead and share it now.
If you have a good D&D lawyer's number, please forward it to Miss Pyre at jailcell101.
Yes.
Rytool in the Thavia region. She'll get it.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Tam,
Knuckle
how's your
prints
dice
do
looking?
not fit. You must acquit. I could use one, but I'm good otherwise.
You could use 1 help dice or you're good otherwise. Alrighty
One
then.
help,
And
yeah.
Cathalia.
I need 2.
You need 2. Okay. Bam.
I think one of those
The
helped you put
Sir
an arrow
Matty
in my
Ice has
back.
got you. So there you go.
Perfect. Appreciate you, Matt.
All right.
Listen, the arrow was for a good reason, okay?
For good reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Before
what about
we
the
get-
second arrow?
Yeah. Before we get
You didn't
into
stop.
the episode, there is a huge announcement to make. We broke 100 followers, which is mind-blowing to me. So I
Thank
made a
you,
promise.
everyone.
Yes, thank you all very much. I made a
Fantastic.
promise to my
Seriously.
community that when we broke 100, I would give away, and hopefully the background replacement doesn't mess this too much, I would give away a 5th edition Player's Handbook Guide signed by everybody here. And then once we figure out who the winner is tonight, I will fill out this page as a personalized note to that winner. And then I decided to up the ante. And I went out and got some very nice metal dice. Again, I'm not sure how well the camera angle is going to take this, but this is a solid set of very nice metal dice. I won't say where they come from just yet until I get my sponsorship. We're hoping for that soon. But it is fantastic. I have 2 sets here because I bought one for myself because I'm greedy. So I will roll one out and see if you guys can hear it and hear how sturdy these things are.
So is this going to be like a D100 roll, and then whatever number you roll is the person who wins?
Yes, I painstakingly took time to type out everybody's name onto an Excel spreadsheet until I got to the 100, and then I assigned them all the number in order. So all I got to do is roll these 2d10 right here, and we'll see who wins.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is commitment.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to set these up here and then go look at my document.
I'm excited, and I'm not even winning the book. I'm just over here like, who's gonna win?
Drum
okay.
roll.
Okay. Well, the drum roll can wait. We'll do this at break.
Oh man!
I'm gonna make you wait a
Teaser.
little longer.
Rude.
Just like a DM.
We found
Oh,
out
I
right
know.
at the end of last week that we're probably going to jail, and then had to sit there for a week. So
Yep, you sure
Yeah.
did. And speaking of,
All we see is the roll, and the winner will be announced next week, everyone.
yep, and the winner will be announced after this commercial break. I will be sipping on coffee all night tonight. It has been a day, but I'm super excited, happy to be here. And with all of this stuff out of the way, we're going to dive into tonight's episode of the Wild Cards. Last week, we saw our party completely finish and be paid for their services on hunting down some bandits to the south. They had cleaned up this issue previously in the week prior to that, but due to processing and getting things ready, they weren't paid until last episode. Upon payment, they decided to go out to the city, see what they could do with it, maybe get a few of their other items identified, which they did at Wondrous Willie's. Unfortunately, sometime throughout the day, Tamriel began to experience this kind of inner gut feeling about an ambush. His keen combat senses definitely never leading him wrong. He rushed out into the streets trying to figure out what was going on. Some spell casting was thrown out there, fairy fire to see if maybe perhaps there was an invisible enemy ready to stalk and strike at the party. No one was found, but the commotion did garner the attention of the guards rather rapidly. A heated situation came about, and at the end of it, once things semi-calmed down, guard punching Pyre and Tamriel were taken away in manacles as the rest of the party was standing there wondering what was going on. In this brief moment of calm chaos, Snow had her attention taken away to a dark alleyway not too far from her, where she had encountered 2 other tabaxi from her very tribe, letting her know that it was time for the ritual in Greca to renew the green line. After parting ways from that with a few conditions of her own to make, that's where we pick up tonight's episode, with Cathalia, Kelvin, and Snow standing almost speechless, perhaps, in the streets. Probably mid-afternoon at this point. Most things have been calmed down by the guard now. The 3 of you were not taken in or asked any questions as of yet, but you were given a place and a time for when you could attempt to give aid or assistance to the case that would be presented in front of the lawmaster the following day.
Can you remind us of that place and time, please?
Absolutely. This was actually going to be held in the castle ward in the actual the House of Law, which is inside the castle walls. And it would be at this point, this information is pretty easy to get to, so I'll go ahead and explain it. The castle walls themselves just encompass the castle ward, which is the middle of the city, which is where all of the things take. Not really a lot of people live here. A lot of bureaucracy takes place here. Even though it is a kingdom with a king and a queen, there's still, laws, processings, guards, things like that to take care of. So most of the things inside the castle walls and the castle ward are these kinds of things. Usually, it was just outside of here where you saw Tane and his group at their last breath. It's not too far from this place where, once judged, you are marched down the street and to, if your judgment is to be carried out publicly, to that place.
Hopefully we don't see a repeat.
Right?
Boo, down with the system.
Can we
what
not
time?
incite rebellion until we're outside of the city, please?
All right,
No,
I guess.
go
Jesus
ahead.
Christ.
I mean, you
Oh,
two can
what?
try and do it from inside your cells. I want to see how that works.
I like
I
playing
do
my
and I
character,
don't.
and I really don't want to have to make a new one next week.
I don't either, but this is how Pyre is, okay?
We will.
She's
Don't worry,
just
don't worry.
born
If,
this
if
way.
you have to make a new character, we'll have that known by break.
Yeah, got it.
Right. Quick question:
So-
what time? Because we got the place, but not the time. Just morning or?
It would be tomorrow morning, shortly after the business day begins. You were told
Between
sometime.
8 a.m. and 5 p.m. You know, standard cable.
Essentially.
And if we
See,
don't get to it in
boo.
that time, come back tomorrow.
Pretty
Boo.
much.
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Dear Lord.
So, Kelvin, Snow, and Cathalia, what would you like to do?
Yeah, what would we like to do?
A good question. Snow is incredibly distracted by her visit from her 2 tribespeople who she was hoping to avoid in the first place, but Willie was not able to assist as quickly as she had hoped, so that's kind of problematic for her.
Willie usually doesn't solve a lot of problems, mostly causes them.
It's not so wondrous now, is he?
It depends on the side that you're on.
Yeah.
I would say that Snow would probably just defer to the siblings because she's not in a mind to be deciding things right now.
Okay. So Cathalia, Kelvin, as you two are kind of... I know with Cathalia you did go into Wonders Willie's, and then Kelvin, you had stayed in the street, so you see as Snow just kind of comes back out of the alley and comes to you.
Well, I came back out with Snow too.
Okay. So all
I
three
was
of
like,
you are...
I was off the side to the alley to where they couldn't really see me.
Okay.
Those
Or I
two
could
were
see them.
flanking the alley, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next move?
No, what was all that? What was...
That was something I had hoped to avoid, but I guess that's not possible anymore. Those were two of my tribespeople that I was not expecting to run into as soon as we did. They're tribespeople I know, Elegant Cloud and Halffang. They've asked if I was coming to the ceremony at Greca to help prevent the Green Line from being overtaken.
What's
And
that?
It's hard to explain, honestly, but
Kelvin, Cathalia, if you two of you, if you both want to make either a nature or a history check, you're welcome to.
I will do a nature check.
I'm actually trying to remember what Brandon told me is that this Green Line is holding the... Was it a desert of the other region at bay?
Yeah, I would say after Snow begins to bring out some of the details, Kelvin, which you recall as you've heard this before, the Green Line is this probably about 20 to 30 foot tall, sometimes even 40 to 50 foot tall, thick, literal wall of mangled vines, trees, branches, general vegetation, extremely densely packed and tight, that spans from where the mountain range of Rania begins into the Zyvan Desert and goes all the way across, east to west, all the way to the ocean. And it was crafted by the Druids very long ago in order to assist in keeping the desert from taking over any more of the Thavia plains. Thavia was usually originally a little bit larger, but as time went on, the desert grew underneath the conditions and the heat and the wind, and the sands just kept taking more and more land. So when this happened, the king at the time made the choice to call in all the druids he could and constructed this massive protective barrier, basically.
Okay. Yes, I remember now. You have to be there for that?
Have to be? Probably not, but as a druid, I fear the consequences if I'm not there. While I don't know how much of a difference I myself could make in a number of druids, it is a part of my duty that I will not just cast away, because that is also part of where my power comes from. So,
When is this? Do you know the time?
2 weeks.
Okay. Well, we have friends that need us now. You have helped us through a lot. I will be there for you.
Well,
You
for
went on
now,
my-
let's...
I was gonna say you went on my wild goose chase of a Fey bear, so Um, definitely count me in on this. And it'd be nice to see somewhere other than Thavia.
Well, Calvin is correct. For now, we must finish the wild goose chase of saving our friends. Again.
Again.
I really don't know if there's much we can do at the moment. Our best bet may actually be just to wait and see. Unless maybe Cathalia knows anybody here in town that could help.
Just Nathan and Brightblade, but I don't. What we have here in Raytoul is good, and I don't want to jeopardize that. Brightblade did basically offer me a job, but I really don't want to take it. They're really all I can think of off the top of my head.
Possible that we might run into either one of them anyway, depending on how these proceedings occur.
We can use all the help we can get.
Should
But I don't
we
think
go?
there's anything we can do today.
Should we go call on Nathan, perhaps? See if he can be there tomorrow to help them.
We could do
Worth a
that.
shot. Is that? I know he's Queensguard. Do we know if they handle stuff like that, or if it would be like above his pay grade?
Well, you do know
One
that
way to find out.
while there was some King's Blades with them to assist, most of the guards that were there were the Queen's Shield.
Okay.
Well,
So
I
who
guess
would you
it's
like to
a
speak
search
to
for
first?
Nathan.
Okay. Where are you beginning your search?
What time is it?
It is late afternoon at this point.
Am I wrong in remembering that most of the times that he's gone out on patrols, it's been at night?
That is correct. You are aware that he is usually a kind of the graveyard shift guard.
So he would probably be at home right now.
More than likely.
He might be
We could-
asleep.
He probably is. Do you want to wake him, or do you want to try to find him later tonight? At the very least, we could let his parents know that we are looking for him.
Actually, it might not be a bad idea to speak to Lord Turin anyway. Depending on when these proceedings happen tomorrow, Nathan may still not be available. And Lord Turin has had interactions with us before that have gone positively as well, so.
Not very true.
Off to Lord Turin.
Okay. You make your way out of the spiraling square and directly into the Horizon Ward, heading to a bit more the kind of the south to eastern part of it. That's where his home resides. Getting to the familiar manor, the gates are open as it is daytime. You walk through the simple, smaller courtyard area up to the door, knock a few times. The familiar female servant opens the door. Yes, good afternoon. You can see a look of recognition. She just doesn't seem to remember your names, but she does seem to remember you physically. Can I help you today?
Yes, I'm Drifting Snow. I was here to visit Lord Turin a while ago, if you remember. I've brought some friends with me. This is Kelvin and Cathalia. We were hoping that we could see Lord Turin if he's available.
Yes, he's just finished lunch. He's in his study. Just a moment, please. I'll go see if he's available for company.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She closes the door. A few moments pass. She comes back, and the door opens completely. Please, follow me. She leads you all inside, closes the door behind you, and the inside of the home it's not overly extravagant, but it is definitely something you would expect of a kind of a lesser to mid-noble status. There's nice things, furniture, some statues, some paintings. She leads you through the foyer, down a hallway, and then eventually to a study, to where it opens up to just this probably about 15 by 20 room of just wall to wall to wall, floor to ceiling books. In the middle of it, a decently sized desk where you see Lord Turin sitting there with what looks to be kind of like perhaps a after meal tea, a book in his hand, and you see as he sets it down. Oh, hello. It's interesting to see you here. Is everything? What can I do for you?
Well, I'm afraid we've come seeking assistance again. I'm sorry to continue calling on you in dire circumstances, if that's what this could be called.
This seems serious. What's going on?
Two of our company, you might remember Tamriel, and I don't know if you've met Pyre, the fire genasi that we have picked up with us.
I don't believe he has.
I didn't think so.
But yes, the other gentleman with you. Kind of, skittish?
Even more
Yes.
so recently, it seems.
Oh.
There was an altercation in the town outside Wondrous Willie's earlier, and the two of them have been taken into custody.
Oh my. What happened?
We're not entirely sure, to be honest. It seems like Tamriel had some...
What it
Freak out?
is, though, it's a mental breakdown.
Does she know what that is?
No,
I would say she's
I'm
certainly...
not even there.
I would say she definitely has seen, to relate this to druid nature, you definitely have seen what happens to animals when they are persistently hunted or teased or poked at relentlessly on edge, and you've dealt with it at that level.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, I would say in Snow's mind, she can grasp the concept of someone of sentient nature, from like, a frightened squirrel to a frightened intelligent being. She can grasp that concept, but to what degree I'll leave up to you.
Okay, makes sense. Then, yeah, she would actually say that it seems like Tam freaked out, like he was being hunted by something. And in his defense, the fire genasi, her name is Pyre, she's a wonderful woman.
Okay.
She decided that in order to assist in the situation, she punched one of the guards.
You see his eyes go a little wide. Oh.
This was after we were attacked first.
The guards might have put an arrow through Tam, but in Tam's defense, he decided to run so that he would try to not hurt people.
Yes, my son has spoke of some of these kinds of things happening sometimes. They have, certainly sometimes aggressive methods, but do understand that in such a city as this, when someone runs, generally they are not someone who needs to be able to keep running.
Well, at this point, it seems we are at a loss. We really don't know what goes next. Where do we go from here? Can we do anything to help them?
Well, roll a persuasion check.
Oh god. Shouldn't have been me.
You'll be fine.
Better get
Roll
it.
high. Roll high. 18.
18. Okay. He kind of listening to your story. You see him kind of sit up a bit, and he begins kind of looking over his desk before he pulls over a piece of parchment, an inkwell, and a quill. And he kind of dips in there. Well, obviously I can't speak on the character of this pyre you travel with, but I can send a letter on behalf of Tamriel. I mean, he was a part of your original crew that saved my son. That's definitely a deed someone of nefarious nature would not accomplish. I don't know how far it will go, but I can certainly at least write it.
We appreciate that.
Of course, just give me a few moments to gather my thoughts, and I will have it written shortly.
Thank you.
Take all the time you need.
And if you choose to wait there, it takes him about 10-15 minutes. You see him kind of write a few things, scratch it out, write a few more things, scratch those out, write it again, and then set that parchment aside, grab a fresh one so it looks, nice. And you see him write what you can guess would just be a letter of character integrity. He finishes it. You see as he takes a small piece of what looks like hardened wax and holds it over a candle that was nearby. And then on his index finger of his left hand is his signet ring. He places it to the wax, seals it, and hands it to Snow. Again, I don't know how much pull someone like me has, but perhaps those words will not fall on deaf ears.
If I might ask, do you know anything about the proceedings that will happen? They should occur tomorrow, is what we were told.
Well, I don't have a lot of experience inside of them, but what I've heard from Nathaniel is that usually there is usually a lawmaster proceeds over it, and he will look at the crimes they are charged for. He will listen to the words of the accused, along with the guards, and then anything else brought to him, and then make a judgment based upon that. Usually, upon initial HAP proceedings, a time of being held or a bail will be announced if a deeper research is required. So it will depend upon any other information that may come forward.
I understand. Thank you.
Of course, and I hope everything works out okay.
I will actually hand the letter to Kelvin, and I will kind of give Lord Turin like a small bow, and I guess we'll leave.
Okay. As you leave, the female servant guides you out, opens the door for you. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
And then she closes the door behind the three of you.
Head outside.
Head out into the small little courtyard area in front of the manor.
I guess now we wait. We go.
Is there
Back to it.
anyone else you can think of that might be able to help us in any way?
I mean, Cathalia mentioned Brightblade. There are some other guards that we've come across, but other than that,
What about that group that helped rescue us?
You're trying so hard to bring these NPCs back, aren't you?
I mean, if they could help, they could help.
She's not wrong.
That would be a Brightblade thing, mostly though.
Yeah. Brightblade was in command of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I will follow whatever you two decide.
I'm no good at leading. Cathalia?
Damn it. I hate you.
If the three of you want to take a moment to text amongst yourselves in the Discord channel, feel free to do so, and we can swap over to Pyre and Tamriel.
Yes, that'd be
Okay.
perfect.
Three of you utilize that fantastic text channel, and I will get onto these two.
Okay.
Tamriel, Pyre, as the two of you are led away in manacles. As you're being led away, you're being removed of your quickly accessible weaponry.
I am.
Yep. This is a familiar.
So many weapons.
This is
I
a
mean, we've proven the main weapons are these. So yeah.
Yeah, you almost killed a guy with a
Yeah.
punch, and you're not a monk. If you were a monk, he would have died.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nonetheless, as you are led through the streets of the Spiraling Square, there's definitely some eyes upon you. At this point, Tamriel, that sensation has faded. It is you can't even fathom feeling that way, and that's at this point. You are literally having trouble grasping at that feeling again. Even trying to attempt to emulate it within you, you can't find it. For you, Pyre, you're just like, yeah, well, this is fucking familiar, whatever.
Would that lead me to believe that this was definitely not from me? This was not like a regular feeling? If I can't even find it within myself?
Yourself.
Insight yourself.
Insight myself. 11. I've been lied to before.
11.
You should absolutely get 3 collars on that tunic. It'll be perfect.
Triple collar tunic, go.
That was all the rage like 100 years ago.
It would be that's enough. I would say you would be able to, with time, by the time you are led through the Spiraling Square, through the Horizon Ward, through part of the Sky Ward, and you begin to come across and upon the castle walls to where you see these 20, 25, 30 foot kind of these emerald brick walls surrounding the entirety of the castle ward. The large double doors open currently. And as you're being led up there, you're just like, that wasn't me. There's no way. I mean, I've been through a lot, but I'm in a capital. I'm in a place of safety. Yes, there's a lot of people. Yes, there's a lot of things around here, but you've seen the guards. You've seen the Queen's Guard. You've seen the King's Blades. You know how they keep this capital. It is above average safe, if not more so. So I would say with time, you'll be able to rationalize that did not come from you. Pyre, for you, this is not the first time you've been led to this place, but normally when you're led here, it's because it is time for to be in front of the Lawmaster. You've never been held within the castle walls. So this is new. You are led through the castle walls, immediately to the right, and after about 5-ish more minutes of being inside the castle ward, you are taken to a large stone building with just banners of the Queen's Shield. Mostly the Queen's Shield, but there is one smaller, like, straight banner of the King's Blades. You're led inside, and quickly you are led through a couple halls, taken into individual rooms where they put you into a cell, essentially. It is a 5 foot by 5 foot room, all stone, a single closable wooden door with these kind of iron bands around the wood as well. Once you are left alone in here, at this point, you are in just your plain clothing. All armor, items, gold, all of your inventory except for plain clothing has been removed from you.
Are we close enough where we can talk to each other?
Yes, there is actually
Okay.
kind of between all of the walls, there is a small, like 1 foot by 1 foot lattice iron grate.
Okay. So, Tam, what was that?
I essentially got overworked by something. It was not my normal mental faculties would not have kicked into that overdrive. My instincts wouldn't have gone. I wasn't that amped up going into the copper table with Cathalia. I wasn't that amped up during my interrogation. It's something overstimulated my fight or flight. It's the only thing I can think of, and the only thing I can think of is that someone's trying to get revenge for their daughter. Or something. Yeah, let's go with something.
I mean, I can understand instincts. Trust me, this is not exactly where I want to be right now.
Yeah, I didn't assume
But-
you would have punched a guard.
I saw them shoot at you. What have I been doing the last couple times we've been together?
I know, protecting us, and I appreciate that very much so.
That's why you hired me. That's why I travel with you guys, to protect you, to keep you safe. And instinct kicked in. It's
Yeah.
stupid, but I'm not exactly a smart person sometimes.
I wouldn't argue against smart. You're protective. This is more than just a job for you, isn't it?
Pyre is kind of like, what is he talking about and everything? And I mean,
If it was just a job, you would have stood back and said, "This is more than I can afford." You would have taken the money we've paid you, the money you've earned, and you would have walked away. Whether you're willing to admit this right now or not, this was protecting a friend. This was not protecting a client. These weren't bandits that attacked us. They were guards. You put yourself at risk.
I don't know what it is.
That's fair.
Okay.
I didn't know what happened either, so.
I don't think they're gonna accept that, though.
Well, you attacked because I was attacked, and I ran because I got transfixed by something.
But do we have proof of that? That's usually all I've learned in this place.
It's what can be proven and what can be demonstrated, but I can't lie without showing serious signs of pain.
Yeah.
If they were to cast a certain spell, I mean, there are spells in the world that can compel you to be honest. There are spells that will not let you lie or will obviously show when you are lying. So when I speak and I do not show any kind of pain, they will know that at the very least I believe what I'm saying. Whether that's enough, we'll find out, but it should be. Well, one can certainly hope.
I mean, you're a bit of a goody two-shoes. Do you have anything that you can think of that might help you?
Offering to take care of something for the guards or for the city without taking payment.
Wait, without taking pay?
Yes, without taking payment in lieu of serving a sentence. Essentially, killing for time served.
Pyre thinks about the word payment. She gets big-eyed and she's like, I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to somebody right now. Braxton. Somebody. I need to talk to Braxton.
Okay, well, can we start banging on things to get someone to try and draw a guard, or maybe call out for a guard?
I mean, we can try calling out.
Absolutely.
Let's try calling out before we start banging on things.
You call out for a guard, and it very quickly you see someone come over wearing this kind of breastplate, a short sword, and this kind of like armored buckler. It's not quite a full circle, but it's definitely a heavily armored kind of left gauntlet. Yes, what can I do for you, prisoners?
Need to talk to either Braxton, Tired Fish, I mean Iron Fist, or Brightblade.
Please.
You need to talk to Brightblade. Yeah, okay, sweetie. You just sit there in your cell. I'll go get him for you right now.
Tell them Pyre Tanwin, who helped the wild cards, needs to talk to them.
Please.
He walks away.
Well, just have to see if they keep their word or not. I've known Braxton a while. He's a pain in my ass, but he's honestly came through many times. I don't see him lying to me then or now.
All right.
We can hope.
Is there anything else you guys want to converse about before we switch back over?
When we talk to the Lawmaster, I'm going to tell them that the only reason you reacted was because of how I reacted, and that if I hadn't done so, you would have never swung.
Yeah, but let's face facts here. I hit a guard. I don't think they're going to be too happy about that. It's not the first guard that I've punched. So
maybe don't tell them that part.
And she starts thinking about if she's punched a guard there. And be like, okay, if it's not on the record, I won't say anything. Okay.
Well, how about you just don't say anything unless they come to you about it?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds great.
So we'll just kind of try and avoid that until someone else brings it up, like the Lawmaster. Otherwise, we're going to leave it alone.
Jesus Christ, I wish Kelvin was here to talk.
My God. I don't know if he would help make it worse or just walk away.
Maybe a little bit of both.
All three.
Mm.
This would be so much easier if it was just a monster. I guess I'm going to try and get comfortable.
It depends on how you look at the guards, if they're monsters or not.
Well, I'm sorely underarmed to take on any kind of beasts in that nature.
Ha! Not.
So glad you're not.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Gotta keep an eye on you.
All right. Any other conversations you can think of for now, or are you guys good?
I'd say we're good.
Okay. We will move back over to where we left Snow, Cathalia, and Kelvin. What plans did the three of you come up with for the rest of your day?
Well, we had two very good plans.
Okay.
The first one was to leave and not go say hi.
Okay. So as the three of you gather your items, you begin to head towards the southern gate of the capital.
No, we didn't. We decided we did decide against that one.
Okay.
We also decided to go speak to Brightblade.
Speak to Brightblade. Okay.
Or at least try to.
Absolutely. He was in the Skyward, if I recall correctly.
Correct.
I believe so.
Yes.
Because he was head dog in charge at the time.
Yarp.
So the three of you make your way to the skyward. Coming upon the larger guard station there, you come in. Sitting behind the desk is a kind of human male, a little mid-20s to 30s. He's just kind of writing on some things. He looks up. Can I... Oh, hi. As he looks at Kelvin and looks up. Can I help you?
Yes?
You're an orc.
You know my friend, correct? And I'll point over to Snowflake.
Oh yeah, you were the Coliseum case. Oh, you see his face just drop. The Coliseum case. Oh.
Is everything all right?
It's just a huge loss. 6 members. What can I?
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you. What can I do for you all today? That's been closed.
Is Brightblade available? We have a request to make of him.
He is here. Let me see if he has any. You don't have an appointment, do you?
Not this time, I'm afraid.
I'll go see if he's available. And he gets up, heads through one of the doors, closing it behind him. A few moments pass before the door opens. You see 2 figures there. The clerk comes back out, sits down, kind of smiling to you, kind of a half smile, then nods at the door, and you see the Goliath of a man, Brightblade, there. Oh, you're here. What? I don't have much time. What can I do for you today?
Our friends were arrested today. And we were hoping that since we've done so much for the city, that maybe they could be shown a little bit of leniency.
What? Come. And he leads you down the hallway. Snow, familiar to you, the path to get to his office. He steps inside, stands behind his desk, and then once everybody enters, he sits. Still dwarfing the desk he sits behind. As I said, I don't have a lot of time today, but why were they arrested? I haven't gotten any... Where were they arrested first? What's going on?
Good
We
thing
were-
you're sitting down.
We were inside of Wondrous Willie's, and our friend Tamriel. I don't know if we've actually met. I am Kelvin. This is Cathalia. Tamriel. We were the ones. We were involved. We were the ones who got attacked and captured.
Oh,
Our friend
I
Snow here,
remember this.
along with some other friends and another friend of ours, helped save our lives.
This was where I had my lieutenants assist you, Miss Snow, if I'm recalling correctly.
It's correct.
I'm glad they were able to save you. Most who go into that den are not so lucky.
I don't know if our friend Tamriel got out so lucky. He seems to have some issues that are still bothering him. And one of them came up today. He lost his edge. And then he cracked his whip in the air and then ran from some guards that were trying to arrest him. because he said he felt like we were going to be attacked at any moment. Upon running, we said we could get him, we could stop him, and then they shot him, thereby making him correct in that he was being attacked. And then our new hot-headed friend, Fire Genasi, defended her friend and punched one of the guards.
Pyre.
Oh, you've met.
I am familiar with this one.
Is this like an annoyed tone or a, oh my god, not again?
Make an insight check.
Oh, jeez.
You asked.
I did.
You did.
I did.
He's
13?
definitely dealt with her before. And it is definitely not a name he seems to enjoy speaking or hearing about.
What are you talking about? Everybody loves dealing with me.
The Fire Genasi.
At this point, he has placed his elbow on the desk and resting his chin on his fist.
And we were wondering what we could do, if there was anything you could do to help in their situation. I understand it is interesting.
That would certainly be a word to use.
He lost his edge. He didn't hurt anyone and then was attacked. And then, out of instinct, she defended her friend. And then immediately stopped. No one was permanently hurt. And we stopped him from continuing to run.
You said he was attacked by the guards?
Yes, they shot at him.
Was this... Do you have any more details on this circumstance?
As in...
Normally, my guards, or typically, they are trained to engage if they feel the lives of the citizens are in danger. Did anything else happen to elevate any aggression in the area?
Like I said, he cracked his whip, said, "Show yourself." When nothing did, because he felt he was being targeted, he ran away. Then they drew their bows and fired upon him.
I will look into this. Should I discover anything out of line? When was he to be in front of the lawmaster?
Tomorrow morning.
Punctual as ever. Well, there goes my evening. I will look into this. Speak with the guards that were there. And if I find anything of value due to the situation surrounding yourself and the other two, along with this Tamriel, I will do my best to be there. If not, if I find something that can assist, I will send my weathers that way.
Thank you.
If that is all, you may leave.
Again, we thank you. I'll dip my head a little bit and then turn and escort the ladies out.
Okay.
Dismissed.
All right.
You did not like hearing Pyre's name. That's great.
I have
No.
a feeling we're gonna run into that a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody has a great time with Pyre. They just don't want to admit it.
All right.
Oodles and oodles of fun over here in cell 4A.
4A and 4B. The three of you head back out into the kind of lobby area. Is there anywhere else you wish to attend to today, or will we close it out for the night and move on to the morning?
I kind of wanted to go talk to that person that Willie told us about.
Okay.
The one that can help.
Allison.
Yeah. The one that I like had a mini panic attack when I heard the name.
Mhm.
I mean, we definitely need to take Tam to them eventually, but
That was Illicin, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Little too close for comfort
Certainly.
there.
It wasn't intentional or anything.
I was gonna say, one would almost
I
think
hope
that
not.
was on purpose.
I hope
Okay.
not.
Are you going to go try and find this person?
I would love to. I don't know if Snow and Kelvin
Okay.
want to come with.
I don't think we should separate.
Yeah, not at this point.
Okay.
Snow's definitely not splitting off on her own.
Where do you
not
begin
after
your search?
Divided enough.
I know this person is in the Earth Ward.
Okay, roll an
Between-
investigation check. Ooh,
It was
hold on.
between-
Go ahead.
a leatherworking shop and a blacksmith
blacksmith.
shop. That's right.
Okay. Notes will assist the DC.
Okay.
Ooh.
What the hell?
Ooh.
Why?
Because you were distracted. You were distraught that your man is in jail.
Her man? Are we making this official now?
Apparently, this is news to me.
But it's a lot of fun to poke.
As you get out into the streets,
Don't worry,
and you
baby. I'll wait.
have this
Don't
thought,
worry, baby.
you're like, I really want to go see this person. I want to go see this person. You just start walking, power walking to the Earth Ward. You move through the spiraling square. You actually pass that Dragonborn you've seen before. He kind of tries to say hi. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, she's going fast. Wow. Just
Maybe not
Dahlia
today.
is hauling.
Tiny little elf on a mission.
Yeah.
Oh, 5
You're
foot
so
2.
in focus on this thought that you walk straight through the Earth Ward. You actually almost end up at the walls to get out to the farmlands before you stop. And you're like, oh, where the hell am I? And there's Kelvin and Snow just like, where are you going? Snow, you're like, does she know the druid I met out here? What's going on?
Ugh.
You
After
said the
a
Earth
turn-
Ward, correct?
Yep.
We're out of the city.
You turn yourself around, taking a moment to kind of compose yourself. You head back into the Earth Ward. And about another 30, 45 minutes later, you do find this very small, hardly 5 foot wide, just not even a hut. It looks like someone just took a couple planks of wood, attached them to existing buildings, and then threw a tarp over it.
Seems legit.
Who's going to go inside first?
Oh, I'll go inside first. I don't even care at this point.
Okay. You
I'm already
head
on one,
inside,
apparently.
and there's just enough room for you. As you head inside, make me a perception check.
Stand by your man, Catalia.
14.
Stand by your man.
14. The only source of light in this area is a very small candle burning on what looks to be a small, almost like 1 foot wide by 1 foot wide round table. Sitting behind it, your heart stops for a moment as you look at the person sitting on the side of this candle. And it is a spitting image of the Hexblood hag you had dealt with before.
Damn it.
And she sits there and she looks at you and a smile creeps across her face. Oh my. Well, fancy seeing someone like you here. And you blink. The voice is different, and you look. And they're extremely similar. But this woman before you has none of the arcane markings. Her hair is this stark white, and both of her eyes are like milked over, just pure white. And she just kind of takes her hand and gestures you to the table. I see my sister has been busy. Please take a seat.
And there's only room for just me?
Just you.
Damn it.
There's a
Kelvin
small,
doesn't have
like,
an earring.
3-pegged stool in front of the table.
Can I have Kelvin stand at the door? Doorway opening.
It's just a tarp you pulled back and then it fell behind you.
So the tarp way. Just have them hold up the tarp way.
I don't really know if I need help anymore, you guys. I think I'll be okay.
Please, sit.
I will sit and I will scoot the stool back as far as I can.
Okay. Do not be afraid.
It's a little bit late for that.
I understand. While we share the same blood, we do not share the same desires.
Is she actually dead?
You see as she kind of reaches into the folds of her sleeves and pulls out some kind of something small, you're unsure. She begins to rub her hands together. You hear the clacking of dice? Bones? You're unsure. But as it... She spreads it out on the table, and you see it's just this scattering of dice, bones, various trinkets, and they don't roll as much as you think they would. They almost seem to hit the table, bounce once, maybe twice, and then just stop abruptly in place.
Kind of like a bag of runes or something?
Yeah, as you see her eyes kind of flash over for a minute. I cannot sense her presence. Perhaps she has passed, or she has masked herself from my vision. She kind of clears the board. But I can sense her magic upon you.
Yeah. I show her my finger with no nail.
Interesting point.
Me.
As you hold your hand out and look down, it's not that there's no nail, it's that it has been regrowing a darkened color, almost like a bone black color.
Yeah. I just kind of stare at it because I've never actually looked at it before.
Her magic lingers.
For how long?
Much like our blood, our curses can transcend death. But usually, the time is dependent upon the malice that she held towards you.
Is there a way we can get rid of it?
If time does not, then I will begin to find ways to seek her out. Again, I don't know if she has passed. I did feel her life threads plucked at and cut.
We watched an execution of supposedly her and a few others from a group, and I watched them die.
That
But I
certainly
still
didn't.
get that smell. And I know my friend does too, and it's affecting him very negatively. And I don't know if my brother does also. He doesn't talk about it.
I see. Give me some time with this.
How much time do you need?
I don't know. Time to look beyond the veils. Try and see if I can find her threads of fate. And see if I can find them tied to yours.
Okay. Is there anything we can do in the meantime?
Stay strong of will.
I'll reach into my pocket and I'll pull out 5 gold and give it to her. And
Her hand just carefully palms it over, slides it over. Thank you.
I will definitely be in touch. This does kind of help me feel a little bit better. Hopefully things will go well tomorrow, and I'm sure my friend will not want to come in knowing who you are, so maybe I can try and keep that a secret because he might freak out. But
I understand. She has
it's
certainly, in her life, aligned herself with those of power, and she did not seem to care how it was obtained.
she always that unpleasant?
Extremely.
Thank you again.
Of course.
We'll be in touch. And then I'll stand up and push the stool back to where it was and out the doorway, Tarkway. And then I just walk past Snow and Kelvin in any direction but that tarp.
Okay.
He walks out. Did you see? Oh, she looks like she saw a ghost.
Okay. Where will you three be staying tonight?
Where do you guys want to stay?
What? How close is the pint to the castle ward?
Let me think here. It'd be of the 2 locations the 3 locations you're used to. One being by the Coliseum, one being the Meadery, and the third being the Gracious Pint. The Gracious Pint is the closest.
Then I would suggest staying there for the night.
Let's go.
Brother, is there anything else that you wanted to do while we were out and about?
No. Not that I can think of. Nothing seems important right now.
Okay.
Oh.
The 3 of you make your way to the Gracious Pint. You Purchase a room for a reduced cost. I'll say, given the circumstances, explaining yourself to Roland, who was just about to leave, he just 1 gold.
Got it.
For each room. So 2 rooms would be 2 gold.
Yep. I'll take care of that.
Okay. Tamriel, Pyre, anything you wish to accomplish before we close out the night?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I do have one more thing.
Go ahead.
I plan on trancing, and in the time that I'm awake, I want to play with my dagger contraption thingamajiggy.
Okay.
Because I've been thinking about it, and I've just never had a chance to actually do it.
Give me a straight intelligence check.
12.
12. Okay.
Better than average.
Yeah.
Right?
As you're kind of messing with it and playing with it, you can kind of see how the contraption is meant to work mechanically, but you're having trouble getting your wrist motions and the flexing of your forearm to be just right timing to have the blade eject out and back in. So it's probably going to take a couple more tries with this to fully master it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm good now.
Tam, are you sleeping or trancing?
Gonna trance.
Okay. And yeah, it's 7:22. We'll take a break there. It's been a good first bit of this episode. Take our break there. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, go get some water, some snacks, and when we come back, I will announce the winner of the giveaway. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be fun. So I'll see all of you in about 10-ish minutes.
Yay!
And welcome back. Hope all of you had a nice little break. I know I got my water refilled. I'm ready to go. So I think the only announcement I have is the announcement everyone has been waiting for the 100 follower giveaway. Before I do that, I'm going to bring my table in here. So hi guys, welcome back.
Hi.
What?
I hope you had a great break. And here comes the winner. Our winner is, what I rolled on the percentile was 62. Our 62nd follower was Matthew K182. And you cannot make this up. So, I will put it in chat.
Mr. Pyre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Mr. Matthew, congratulations on the Dice Gods bestowing upon you this gift. You literally can't make this stuff up. So I will personalize
Even better,
and
it
assign
can be hand delivered.
It will be potentially hand delivered. So congratulations to winning that.
Shit.
I don't know what I'm going to do for 200 followers yet. I have a couple ideas. I definitely want to do another giveaway along with some other ideas to bring upon sponsorships. But enough of that news later on. Let's get back into the episode. The next morning, all of you awake, well rested. You benefit from a long rest. I will start this off with the most obvious. I will go with Tamriel and Pyre. As you wake up and the kind of on the floor level of the door, you see this slot slide open as a tray is slid in with a simple metal bowl of porridge or some kind of porridge-like consistency, a wooden cup of water, and a simple spoon of steel. Pyre, for yours, it is the same consistency of items, but instead there is a folded note underneath the bowl of porridge.
I'm gonna look at the note.
You open it up and it is awful handwriting, but it definitely reads as if it was written by a dwarf.
Ah. Okay.
Stating that your message was received and he will be there this morning.
All right. I don't know whether this was. Pretty sure he was drunk whenever he wrote this, so
There's
hopefully
definitely
he
some like half letters and some are backwards.
Hopefully he
It's like
remembers in the
parts-
morning.
Do you read Dwarvish? I don't believe you know Dwarvish, do you?
I know
No, I don't think he does.
primordial, but that's a type of
Okay.
Dwarvish.
So it's what you can make of this, as some words are written in Dwarvish and then horribly scratched out and then rewritten in Common. Essentially translates to, I'm gonna be there. And like it kind of goes on for a minute. You can tell he was definitely free writing.
He's drunk ranting in a note. Okay.
Essentially, yes.
Pyre's used to that.
Oh my god. We are so screwed.
Hey, I don't make
Probably
fun of your
about-
friends.
I say about an hour.
I don't know.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I'd say about an hour after your breakfast is had, the slide opens up again, and you see just a hand kind of pull it back through, close, and then the door itself opens, and you can see just a simple pair of Queen's Shield standing there, looking at you, Tam. All right, come along with us.
Absolutely.
And the same for you, Pyre, another two individuals. And you notice there are four of you, 4 guards with you, as they begin to lead you in manacles and along with wrists and ankles out of the
Get run.
out of the basic out of the area you're being held in and to a very familiar place to you, Pyre, the Chamber of Law. It is this large, intimidating building where there is a... Both of you make a perception check for me.
Okay. 8.
Okay.
Why is... Hold on real quick. My page is messing up for some reason. Redo it. Alright.
$12. Okay. Between the two of you kind of looking around, you can notice most of the people here do not seem to be just random citizens. Everyone seems to be dressed to a purpose in some fashion. Mostly not like uppity clothing, but definitely, how do I put this? Above average and uniform. Most are dressed in similar styles of clothing and colors, kind of moving in and out of this building. Pyre, you would know most of these as either being a clerical apprentice or a cleric of the law. They are individuals who are either studying the law of the capital or have graduated to being actual practitioners of the law and assisting with writing, revising, and upholding the legal part of the law. Not so much the exercising of it by the guards, but the textual versions of it all. They're the boring people you hate to deal with.
Yeah. Anarchy. Yeah. Okay, so.
The two of you are led inside, and once you get through the front doors, you are immediately led to the left through a door that is flanked by 2 plate-mailed members of the King's Blades. And so far, this seems to be the only presence they have here. Again, both of you would know that most of the dealings of the capital is left under the umbrella of the Queen's Shield. They are kind of the city and town force. The King's Blades being like the exterior army that is sent out to wage war, handle battles, and things like that. But you are taken to a side room, or a side hallway, and then from there you are taken to a side room where you are left alone with the guards that brought you here. There's a couple of chairs. You're welcome to take a seat and simply wait it out. Moving to Snow, Cathalia, and Kelvin, the 3 of you wake after a night's rest. I imagine it's pretty much quick business for all of you to get dressed, get ready, have breakfast, and head to the place where you're told to go.
Yep.
Once you approach, again, you see them. Everyone roll a perception check. Okay.
Why couldn't I have done that yesterday?
17.
Nice. Snow, you pick up on the same details as I've already explained. Kelvin, for you do notice that amongst all the people here, while their robes or tunics are the same or slightly various colors, what sets most of them apart seems to be some sort of sewn-in design over the center, like over the sternum of their robe or tunic. Cathalia, for you can notice the stylization of these different patches. You can see they seem to start with a base form, and then, as which you can guess, as someone ascends through the ranks of this kind of work, their symbol becomes more elaborate.
Okay.
You are all patted down. So did anybody bring weapons?
What are those?
There you go. What are weapons when you have spells?
Knowing that we were going to the courthouse, I would have left my axe at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have my wand with me.
Okay. Are you attempting to hide it on your person?
It's it doesn't cast anything, so no, I would just.
Okay. As they pat you down, they come across a wand. You see them. Maybe we inspect your wand.
No, yes, here. I just show it to him.
You see him. He takes it from you, and his hand waves over for a minute. You see a familiar flash of arcane energy in his eyes. He looks it over, nods his head, hands it back to you. Please keep this sheathed and put away during the proceedings.
Of course, I'll just put it back in the little wand sheath pocket thing.
Okay. Cathalia, anything on you?
I probably would have had like my boot dagger, but I just hand it over before they even ask, because.
Okay.
Yeah.
They take it from you.
Just don't lose those, please.
There's no responses. He just passes it off to somebody else. You head inside. Once you get there, there is kind of a larger open area with various hallways leading off. You were told where to go. So as you move through these hallways, you come into a larger auditorium area. Probably, I say, all the way across, probably 40-45 feet from wall to wall in a mostly circular shape, with kind of a stage-like area towards the front back, and then like tiered rows leading upward towards you. So as you enter the room, you're at the top of these kind of stands area, and you can either head down or you can begin to take seats, filling up from the top and going down. You can sit wherever you may choose.
What do you think, gang?
I think my seat's already designated.
Yeah, yours is.
Pam doesn't have the earring, right? They took that off.
You don't know.
I don't want to sit like as close as we can.
Okay.
Ish.
As all of you descend down to the very front row, I need everyone to give me another perception check that is in this room right now.
The hell.
Distracted.
17.
Putting my my defense together.
Well, I didn't need your two rolls. My apologies on the miscommunication on that.
You did say everybody in the room.
Everybody in the room.
I did. I meant everybody that's in the auditorium room.
Gotcha.
Pyre doesn't want to be in this room. Okay,
No,
she don't
does
want to
not.
be.
She does not like this room.
Trying to
This is
perceive the
room where
exits.
they're like, all right, you're going
Yeah.
to stockade. See you later.
Yeah.
Snow, you're the only one that picks up on this. As the party descends down, the three of you anyways, you are just scanning about as a bit, and you can kind of sense a bit of a pull of arcane power in the center front of the room. And you look down, you can see there are two kind of probably 10 to 12 foot wide rings of these arcane sigils with a podium kind of near the back of these rings. It's still in the rings, but it's even further back. If you would like to attempt to identify them, you can roll an Arcana check.
Certainly. Oh, that was a natural 20, too. 6.
6, you have no idea. Most of your magic comes from the gift of nature itself. And when it comes to sigils, writing, and spellcraft, oh god, my head hurts. Just feel the magic.
No.
Why do you have to study
Let's do all that nerd stuff for me.
Yeah, she doesn't do the nerd stuff. She feels
I don't
the
need
magic.
books.
Plants do that crap for me. I don't need
books.
that.
After about, I'd say 20, 30 minutes of waiting, you all watch as it begins to fill in. There's a couple of like what seems to be just other citizen members, but I would say probably 85% of the audience here are those that are of some kind of law job, whether it be those of a lower rank or even of a higher rank. You can notice most people are wearing that same color robe or tunic with various levels of the stylized emblem in the middle of it.
Get a real job. What?
Make sure I get this name right.
Better be careful, those Budweiser lawyers are going to be after you.
Yeah. Once most of the room has been filled in, you notice as an individual enters from a door near the back of the room, kind of hidden, set into the wall, but once it's used, you can see, oh, there is a door there. They step out wearing very fine clothing, kind of this wrapped over robe with a bit of a, that's just like a left shoulder lapel, but it's more kind of over the shoulder and over the back. It doesn't really go down the sleeve itself. They are holding probably like a quarterstaff that is stylized in various ropes and trinkets, mostly ornate in uses. And this individual being male, human, with kind of short black hair and a clean-shaven face, walks to the center where those runes are. And you can watch as he raises the staff and taps it twice on the ground. You hear thud, thud, and the outermost rune flares to life. And then you can watch, all of you see as around the entire edge of where the walls meet the ceiling, other runes all lit up as well. Immediately what you notice is that all noise has stopped. You can see, for a moment you see mouths moving, but no words are coming out. It is completely silent. With a singular tap, you can see the inside circle of runes come to life. Good morning, everyone. My name is Judicator Brunos Voss. Today I will be presiding along with Lawmaster Davix Arley. We will now open the cases. And then with that, a period of time begins to pass as those three of you in this auditorium-like room watch as various individuals are brought up. Their charges are spoken. Other words are had. And the other individual who came out after being announced is an elven female of lithe figure, kind of this long silvery blonde hair. Along with the robes, she has a full like double tabard over her cloak, or over her dress wear. As these are happening, would you three please give me a perception check?
Better.
Okay. Most of these individuals don't really catch your eye. Cathali, you do notice a few that are just oddball looking people, but nonetheless, some seem to have either just varying races you're unused to, or just mixtures of races. Some kind of elven, you're like, oh, I wonder what that is. Or some kind of, another individual seems to have kind of like almost like a blue tinge to their flesh. You're like, oh, what could that be? But they move on. Until eventually you watch as Pyre and Tam are brought out of that back door and into the center of these rooms. The lawmaster begins standing on her podium, begins looking through some of the files. Tamriel Solari and Pyre Tanwin. You have been brought here today on charges of the following: disturbing the peace, attacking a guard, inciting a panic, reckless spellcrafting, endangering local population, and possession of illegal magical items. How do you plead?
May I ask what items we were holding that were illegal?
Certainly. Judicator, please bring me item from this case. Item number 13. You see his head nod, and he begins to kind of move to the side where like a table has been set up. And you've seen this table used throughout the day, Snow, Kelvin, Cathalia, where they would place things on it that dealt with the case. A few moments pass before he pulls out a golden coin and takes it to the lawmaster. Coin of returning. An illicit item in this city, outlawed, mostly used by bandits, thieves, and those of seedy nature. Was this not in your possession?
It was, but
Thank
I
you.
had no idea.
She hands it back. Do you have anything else to say in defense of your charges before I carry out the sentence?
What magic was cast?
It says here, some sort of purplish flame was seen near this situation.
I don't cast that. I'm pretty sure Tam doesn't either.
That magic's not in my purview, no.
Very well. This will be reviewed. Anything else on these charges?
The coin we found while we were completing a bounty on the bandits that we were the bounty that we completed for the Midnight Oil mercenary company. I was actually getting it identified at Willie's. I was not planning on using it. I did not know what I'd had. So in that instance, I will plead ignorance.
You see as she begins flipping through her pages, looking through some notes. Yes, it says who you had identified, and then you said you would be hanging on to it.
I was not aware it was illegal. I would not use it with malicious intent.
Didn't even know he had it. I wasn't in Wondrous Willie at this time.
Noted.
As far as inciting the panic, I believe I was under the influence of a malevolent spell or curse of some sort.
Can you prove this?
Can you look with magic? Is that within the abilities, or is that a solid defense? I was not in my right faculties. I hunt monsters by trade, typically, and I get that, sometimes the feeling of an ambush or that gut feeling that soldiers and fighters kind of develop over time, and I've had quite a bit of time to develop one. And it felt as if something had taken hold of that feeling and just overclocked it, if you will, overcharged it and blew it out of proportion. I did not mean to incite a panic, although I am sorry if I did so. I ran because I felt truly as if I were to be attacked, and my thought process was that if I could get clear of other people, away from innocent people, away from your soldiers, away from my companions, that if I was attacked, at the very least I could minimize those that were in danger of it. I did not strike a guard, and Pyre would not have struck a guard if I had not been shot.
Yes, I believe the paralysis arrow was used to attempt to calm you.
Yeah, it didn't calm me. It just kind of set in that thought process of you are being attacked and you will be ambushed.
Does Pyre possibly know this woman from past dealings?
Give me a history check.
Oh, god damn it.
Tamriel, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's better.
It's not a
14.
0.
I know. Yes.
You have definitely heard of this person, and she is known as the Elven Hammer.
Does she know me?
You have not dealt with her directly.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know if you've heard of me. I mean, you don't see very many fire genasies around here.
No, I haven't. And she reaches over and grabs about a 2-inch thick binder and just places on her podium.
As you can tell, I certainly know my way around here.
You
Not in the best
certainly
of ways. And I'm sure you can tell from all those papers what kind of person I am. And like Pyre sits there for a moment and like thinks, it's not a good one in the eyes of the law, and I see that. I need you to understand something. When I met Tam, and she points to Tamriel, he was at the Colosseum. The second time I seen him, he was clinging to life. Him and his friends almost died. And I had to help find them. I don't know exactly what happened, but something changed in me. Yes, I usually am for hire for the highest coin. But they hired me on something else. I knew for a fact I had to protect them no matter what. And the one thing that I noticed was Snow was absent when the three fell. So my logic, I'm not a very bright woman, but my logic is if you take one away from the group, the rest suffer. And I cannot let any of them suffer. They are a well-oiled machine that do so much good. And yes, I hit a guard. But I didn't want to hit the guard. I did it because I saw Tam in that room, clinging to life again. And I had to protect him.
Make a persuasion check. She kind of sits there for a moment, reviewing over everything, listening to your words. Be that as it may, there are still laws and rights to uphold in this city.
And I agree with that. That's the reason why Tam should not be charged with the assault. Only me.
This is noted. You see, she takes her quill and kind of quickly makes a few notes. Is there nothing else before I pass judgment?
Pyre's looking around for tired fish. Like, where is he at? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Make a perception check.
God damn it!
Everything you do is just another skill check.
You do not see him. You're like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Tamriel. For charges of disturbing the peace, inciting a panic, endangering local population, and possession of illegal magical items. It is 1 year held in jail, or 2,000 gold paid in full. Pyre. For charges of disturbing the peace, attacking a guard, inciting a panic, and with your prior charges, your case will be pending further action to include jail or execution. You will be held for 5,000 gold. Take them away. And the two of you are led out of the auditorium. A few more cases go by. The three of you may leave if you see fit.
I leave as soon as they're let out.
Okay.
And I go try and get my dagger and like, hey.
You get back. Make a persuasion check.
Where's it at? Can I add a help die?
You may certainly do that.
What is that? A D? Because I didn't click it.
Just roll a 1d4.
Yeah, that's what it was. 12 total.
12 total? Okay.
Mhm.
It takes some convincing, but the one guard sees you and he kind of palms it to you like underhanded.
Thanks. And I'll put it away and wait outside.
Okay. You wait outside. Kelvin, Snow, do you leave as soon as she leaves or do you stick around for a bit?
I would follow.
Okay. Snow?
Same.
Okay. The three of you are outside.
Well, now what are we gonna do?
The bank.
Not that there's much we can do at this point.
Would I remember if my family had any money stashed somewhere?
Roll a history check.
I'm definitely doing a help die with that. 14. Is that what that is? Why?
Why?
I clicked the thing. Oh, I didn't click the help dice. I'm gonna add that on there. 15.
15. Your father was a carpenter. Your mother was an herbalist. Not exactly a lucrative business. All right, well, the three of you figure it out. I will move to Tam and Pyre. The two of you are escorted out of the building, back to your original places where you're being held. You are left in your wrist and your they're like joined hand manacles and ankle manacles. And you are taken back to the rooms where you were kept originally, and you are left there. Pyre. About 30, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour once you're in this room alone. This odd, familiar scent begins to come across your nose. And then the lower slot is slid open. And you can see this kind of like decent, like large, it's barely fitting through this slot, but it's a decent sized mug of ale that's just. And you hear clong, clang, clang. And you can see this pair of dwarven boots on the other side of the slot sitting there.
Braxton.
Pyre.
Thanks for the drink.
Yeah.
I actually, for a little while, came into owning a mug you'd find very interesting.
Really now?
Oh yeah. It never runs out of ale.
Oh man. Can I take that as a favor in kind?
Sure, buddy. You'll find it with my stuff. Just don't touch the great axe.
Of course not. Spoke with the lawmaster.
You did?
I did. We're going to keep you at the gallows. And if your friends can scrounge it up, got you down to 3,000.
Braxton,
Pyre.
have I ever told you my favorite dwarf?
Literally never. Glug, 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 glug.
Well, every time you're getting drunk on the job, remember me.
I will.
Hopefully, I don't hear from you anytime soon after this.
If your friends can scrounge this up, maybe stay out of the capital for a bit.
Yeah, same thoughts. Wow. It's like we have one mind.
I'm not saying don't ever come back, because you still owe me for a lot of ale.
Hey,
Give
I'm
yourself
paying
some time.
that. I am paying you back with this ale that never runs out mug.
It's the
okay?
company of the drink that makes it better.
All right. Maybe sometime soon we can sit down and have a proper drink together. I mean, I know you're used to the jail cell drinking, but
Yeah.
still. Don't cry. I know you'll miss me, but it's okay.
Don't cry, 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 don't cry.
You're a good man.
Don't tell everybody. You see him kind of shift his feet and get up.
Trust me, I won't.
When you're done with the ale, just throw it out.
And she just chugs it right there in front of him. One for you, bud.
See his little... First, his iron hand comes under. Oh, I can't grab with that. Hang on. And he so you put the mug down, and he reaches underneath with his real hand. Takes the mug from you. Picks both up. Good luck, Pyre. Clunk. And he closes it.
Good luck, tired fish.
Or not. It's kind of muffled. Okay. Is there any conversation the two of you wish to have in this semi-joined jail cell before we move back to the other three?
So what are the chances of them being able to find somebody to put up our money?
I don't know. What's the chances of them paying for me?
Higher than mine. A year for me is a drop in the bucket. I can do a year. At least you're not going to die.
Hey, we're all gonna die sooner or later, and I'm pretty sure I dance with death daily. I'm used to this.
Yeah, don't take that ideology for granted.
Yeah. So how old are you, Tam?
And that's what we'll
You
switch
look-
over.
Rude.
So, Snow, Kelvin, and Cathalia. 3 of you have left Chamber of Law. You're in the streets. What do you wish to do?
Well, I guess we need to find a way to come up with a bunch of money.
Cam did have stuff that we were going to sell, but he wanted to talk to you guys about it first.
Even still, it's a lot of money to be asking for both of them.
$7,000 gold, and they still might kill her. I don't even think someone. I don't think we've met anyone who has that kind of funding.
Met one.
Even our Turans.
Bless you.
See,
Bless you.
Were we owed any money in Rosso and just left before?
and again,
Excuse me, sorry.
the only one in Rasa would have been Lord Hoonvilla. And considering that he's recovering from problems with the silver mine after leaving the jewelry business where he probably did very well, it's questionable if he would have enough for that. Wager that Lord Turin is probably in better standings right now than Lord Hoonvilla is, especially after that debacle in the mines.
Yes, agreed.
All right.
I guess the only thing we can do is to go see if there's anyone who has work that's going to pay a lot. We could talk to.
The mercenaries?
That's going to take forever to get there. If we work for coin, it's going to take their entire sentence to pay this off. We
What
have
are
to
you
work for
suggesting?
favor.
Who do we have favor with anymore?
Oh, we still have favor with lots of people. But that's not the favor we need. We need to see if anyone in the law office, in the magistrate's office, needs anything done. Lots of people need things done that they can't get their hands dirty for. That's Not exactly legal.
If they can't get their hands dirty for it, it's not exactly the most honorable of work.
The choices at this point are we do anything we can, or we do nothing at all.
Well, we can go back and speak to Brightblade, but he's probably the only one who has any contacts with any of the magistrates, unless you want to walk in there and demand an audience with the judicator? I have to look at my notes.
Adjudicator.
Yes.
Adjudicator?
That one.
I mean, if anything, we could ask Brightblade if we can have Tam's stuff. Sell the stuff we were going to sell, see what it does, and then...
We can try.
All right. What do you guys want to go for? You going to go with the adjudicator, or are you going to try and work in favor? Try and find a big paying job to the mercenary guild? You have some options at you. It's just your choice how you want to go about it.
I'll follow what y'all decide. I'd prefer to do something above the table, considering that we're already dealing with the law as it is. But I'll follow your lead.
Elvin?
I don't think selling the most interesting piece that Willie wanted was the chalk, and he got 5 gold for it.
There are other people than Willie. Maybe that quill could go to somebody here. Or the candle.
Kelvin is going to stand up straight and kind of turn and face them both. Our friend's life is on the line, and you're talking about a quill and a candle and staying above the law.
Yes, because it does us no good to end up in there with them.
Do you remember what happened the last time that we took the law into our own hands?
And I'm not going to let it happen again. I didn't say we have to take the law into our own hands. We have to be ready to do anything to save our friends' lives, though. And selling trinkets is not going to do it.
And I'll follow you.
We can talk to Brightblade first and see if there's anything that we can do for him.
did say something about stuff. Yeah.
While she looks that up through her notes, all of you begin to head to Brightblade.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You make your way through the city, usual business about. You manage to make your way to where you know his office to be. You head inside. There is obviously a different person at the front counter, speaking with them quickly through your charismatic abilities. You're able to essentially make an insight check, all of you. Excuse me, the three of you. Pardon my communication errors. Yeah, all of you get the notion that he was probably waiting for you, because as soon as you mention who you are, the clerk at the counter nods and leads you back to the office, and he's there sitting behind his desk, the Goliath of a man, and looking over. This desk is normally organized. You can see a large scattering of papers and various things. Ah, yes, I figured you would be coming my way sometime today. I'm going to take a very wild, completely uneducated guess and say you're here to assist in the release of your friends.
That is a very educated guess.
Noah's giving him a very dark look.
There
yes,
have
dear.
been new developments in their case. Through written statements from a couple of my own lieutenants, along with myself, we have managed to weigh them against the Lawmaster's original placement of penance. Pyre will be not visiting the gallows, and her monetary value has been brought down to 3,000 gold. So a bit of good news, at least. Beyond that, the best help I can give is to acquire the funds. I wish I could point you in a better direction, but as I am not of the Mercenary Guild, I do not hand out contracts or jobs unless dire needs arise.
When I saw you last, before I left, you said something about a job for people like me. What did you mean?
Someone who is able to track and survive for long lengths of times in the wild. We have use of these skills in the north. Would you close the door, please?
I'll go shut the door.
Thank you. There have been developments in the war in the north between Bragos and Zotaris. We fear that this war between them may eventually bleed into Thavia lands. That is why we would like to potentially acquire someone of your talents to be at the northern border, to ensure that none of their troops or scouts are straying too far south, and they aren't bringing their bloodshed upon our lands. It is not safe work. And it would begin immediately.
Not gonna lie, I was hoping for something closer to home.
This is where the needs of the kingdom are currently, especially with the ongoing developments of this war. I wish they would just finish it and kill each other off. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Very well. I hope you have I'd say good rest of the day, but I see there is quite the task in front of the three of you. Best of luck.
I do have one more question.
Yes.
Well, a couple. Would it be possible to how do I even word this? Release them to help me in the north?
Make a persuasion check.
I shouldn't have used all my help dice.
Who knows? Maybe you won't need it.
19?
He kind of thinks for a moment. Are there skills in survival, being undetected, and tracking and protecting borders be on par with yours? Could you speak to this in full, unquestionable confidence?
Tamriel is just as good at tracking as I am, I believe. We've worked together a lot over the last few weeks or so as on our travels. Pyres, from what I've seen, because we've only been with each other since our incident, is also just as good. I feel like they would be very valuable allies in this.
And you would be ready to leave for the north immediately.
I look over at Snow and Kelvin. How long will you need us there?
Undetermined. Until this war ends, I will need constant scouts on our borders.
Brother?
This is not a bad deal, it's just a bad time.
Take it. It's the best deal you'll get.
Are you sure?
I'll manage.
Because that's important too.
Things change in time. We'll see what happens.
A nod, and then I turn to Brightblade. we'll do it.
Very well. I will begin on the proper paperwork. This will be no small task to accomplish, as I hate clerical work. But I do have a great need for individuals at the northern borders. This war is growing unruly, and there is almost no end in sight. It is important to protect our borders. If all of you are willing to sacrifice potentially your lives for this kingdom, I feel I could at least parole of freedom. There would be measures in place, but I could perhaps at least have them not behind bars. If there is a further, when I am ready, I will send for you. Where will you be staying?
Find us at the Pint.
Yeah.
Ah, the Gracious Pint. It's a nice tavern. Little pricey for my bid, though. Very well.
We made friends.
That you have. I've heard of these tales. Very well. I will have the paperwork ready, and as long as everything goes through, should have an answer by tomorrow morning, perhaps afternoon. But I will send for you at the Pint.
Would we be able to see Tam and Pyre today?
Don't see why not, especially under this promise of service. I could make it happen. Are you going there now?
I would like to, yes.
No
Certainly.
time like the present.
Wait in the foyer. I will have a letter written up.
Okay.
Three
I'll
of you
nod and then walk out the door.
leave the office. You wait for about 10-15 minutes before you just hear in a very loud voice, Oliver! Get in here! And you see the cleric jumps up and runs to the door. And then he runs back on a letter. This is for you.
Thank you.
He's like panting. Have a good day. And he goes back to his desk, just panting.
Poor guy.
You can see there's just this like huge wax seal on this thing.
Okay. I suppose we'll go head to see them.
Okay. You make your way through the city. He would have told you where they were being held before you left. Quick noted point.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, following the directions given to you by Brightblade, you head back to the council ward through the large open double doors to the main guard station of the capital where they are being held. Once inside, you hand the letter to the clerk at the front desk. They break the seal, they read it, their eyes kind of widen for a bit, and then refixate back to normal. Yes, of how? Oh, yes, of course. And he folds it, sets it aside. Come with me. And they lead you down a series of hallways before coming to what looks to be almost two side-by-side doors. And you can see there's like a 1 foot by 1 foot lattice grate that looks into them. They're here. You have
Thank
10
you.
minutes.
Thanks.
And you can see as he moves out of earshot, but still is facing your general direction. Pyre, Tam, as you are sitting here just contemplating everything that's happening, you begin to hear some footsteps that are a little more heavier with traffic than what you've been hearing throughout this morning and day.
But yeah, that's
Especially-
pretty much how old I am.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Does anybody else?
No, nobody else knows. You are now the only one.
Well, you're also the only one who knows about me. So we bonded. Yay!
Yay, bonding. Our companionship leveled up.
This is what you hear as the three of you walk up.
Well, that's sweet.
And then I just stop him. Did we make the right choice?
I mean, we're still going with or without them. So
What's the right choice?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I peek my head in through a great thing.
Hey, I'm not gonna
I just
die.
picked
Yay!
I
gotta get out of town though.
Oh, we're getting out of town.
Oh yay!
We're going north.
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 You mean north?
Yeah.
Out north.
Order north.
By the skirmishes.
Pyre, you want to fight a lot, don't you?
Gods.
Do
We're
you
mostly
even
tracking.
have to ask?
We're
Do you
mostly tracking and
even have to
scouting.
ask?
Are we okay? Tracking and scouting, so we're not on like the front lines as
No.
cannon fodder. Okay.
No.
Oh man.
I will say, just
There'll
to
still be
interject real
plenty
quick,
of things.
Tamriel, you do know that Thavia is adamantly not taking part of this war. This is mainly between Bragos and Zotaris. Your understanding of this would be that Thavia just doesn't want to be involved at all.
So we're just there to make sure nobody's coming in and trying to use us.
Yeah.
Use them. Okay. That's fair.
It was something Brightblade had mentioned a while
When
back.
do we leave?
He still has some strings to pull.
But immediately.
Yeah. So we'll have enough time to see Aaron, restock on anything that we might need.
Kelvin, did you go to the tailor?
What? No? Why?
Okay, I gotta go to the tailor then.
We can go to the tailor.
All right, thank you.
So, yeah, that's the thing. How much longer do we have for those earrings? Do you remember?
I don't think they'll be ready in time.
Hmm. Well, he did say we'd know tomorrow. So maybe we can see if we can wait another couple days for those earrings.
At least Pyre's not rotting in a cell. Or from a rope.
This is crazy. Just how often I defy death.
Yeah, how did you get to
unreal.
not? I know Brightblade said that they worked on it. Do people owe you favors?
You guys.
Yeah, so we owe you a pretty big one now.
If I came and helped you, I got a proverbial get out of jail free card. Thankfully, it was not completely get out of jail free, but stay alive card, which I'm thankful for. So, glad I took that job, even though literally this is the job that got me in jail. But hey, who's complaining?
It sounds like you are.
No, I'm not. Just picking on you
Could
guys.
certainly be worse.
I mean, isn't that what friends do? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what friends do. You're absolutely right.
They go to jail together. They almost die together. Yeah.
Yeah, usually they just die on me. I don't have friends, but people just die or I kill them, so,
It almost
Could've
seemed
been
like you two were ready to have a date, so I don't know.
Okay, we bonded, but not that kind of bonding.
Okay.
A little too young for me, sorry.
That's what you said about Cathalia too, you know.
Yeah.
A little
I mean, I
too
know I
goody
look like a
two
baby,
shoes
but
for
damn.
me.
Yeah, that's true. Probably wouldn't be able to put up with Tam because Tam doesn't do anything bad.
Yeah. That would get old
Except
quick.
breaking into buildings. That was pretty bad.
Oh,
Wasn't bad.
that-
It was a bad person. That's different.
That was the worst thing. Oh my god. That's kindergarten shit right there.
Well, we're gonna upgrade to first grade now.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You have one more night here. Hopefully you'll be out tomorrow afternoon, according to Brightblade.
One can certainly hope.
We'll figure
I was
everything
hoping
out
we
from
were a
there.
little too competent to be left in here.
But you're not enjoying the food my lovely establishment has to offer?
Hardtack and porridge.
I was gonna say I've certainly had worse.
You definitely need that spoon right about now, huh?
I need a lot of things.
Well, I'm sure we have a lot to do to get ready.
It was still good to see you.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to go put us to work, but
If this is what it's gonna take to keep us out of jail or out of, you know, anything
I'm all
terrible.
for work.
You put your mind to it, and who knows, maybe this thing will end quickly.
yeah. I mean, on the upside, it's tracking and survivaling and stuff. That's pretty much
Nature.
what I do,
We'll have
so,
fresh meat every night.
yeah.
You guys get out of here. We'll see you soon.
About that time, you can hear as the guard begins to walk back up. Your 10 minutes has passed.
Thank you. We'll
Of course.
hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
He looks very confused.
No,
Right,
they're
like-
not going to be joining us later, okay?
No. Mm-mm.
Gonna be all right.
Right.
They can't
This
have
way,
all that
please.
fun without me.
As we head up, I'll just turn my head back. I don't have too much fun, you crazy kids, and leave.
That's my line!
All right. Is there anything anybody wishes to accomplish before we close out your day? And have
What
a
time
long
of day
rest?
is it now? Is it
At
evening?
this point, with everything going on, it is pushing into the evening time.
How far away from Willie's? Just to check
From
in and
Willie's,
see.
you're probably about, depending on how fast you walk, you could get there in about half an hour. Actually, no. If you book it harsh, you could get there in about 20 minutes. If you leisurely walk, 35.
Do we want to check in with him in the morning about those earrings? Because I really don't want to leave the capital without them.
We can check, but we might not have a choice.
I'm going to book it.
Okay, you book at the Willies.
As she starts to race, and I start chasing after her.
Okay.
Pete Nass is gonna cast slow.
Damn it.
Are you on a race?
No, I don't
Okay.
really want to race.
Okay.
I don't want to race with my stupidly tall big brother. Who can
your
You have
movement
more
speed
movement speed
is-
than I
yeah,
do.
Your movement speed is higher.
Oh, well, he's got longer legs.
But if you wanted to race, we could have some quick fun.
No,
Okay.
I don't know.
You make a choice now. Yes
Just
or no?
saying, I can beat both of you.
Yeah. Are we racing or no?
Kelvin, are we racing?
I said, let's go.
Do
All right.
it.
All right.
3 of you roll a
fine.
dexterity check.
Like just
Oh
straight
my
bet?
Dexterity.
Yep.
It's not based on our speed.
What?
Hold on a second here.
The hell? I quit.
Okay. Snow, you hear race. you're like, oh, specialty, and you just fucking bolt. Kelvin, you're the one that said it, so you got to say it, and you did that like that Big Brother thing where you wait for them to react, then you realize, zoom, snow flies past you. Oh shit!
Oh,
And you
crap.
start going. And Cathal, you're like, no. You're just trying to
Wait
chase.
for me, I have little legs.
At this point, we do move into pure movement speed. That was just to see how fast everyone reacted to the words race. With no issue at all, snow smokes all of you straight to Willie's. Kelvin, you're there second. Cathalia, you're.
Damn it.
I made it.
Snow will
the
look up
only
at
reason
Tim
why
as he
Kelvin-
comes close.
I think the only reason why Kelvin beat Cathalia was because he did that NASCAR move where every single time she would try to go out to the outside, he'd just scoot over and he'd scoot the other way.
Yep,
He just
yep,
boxing
yep.
her out the whole
Just
time.
blocked her. You get there, the door is unlocked.
Snow looks up at Kelvin as he catches up. He's like, "You said race. I don't know what the problem was."
I was talking to my. You win. Yeah, no, I get it.
I can't help I have little legs.
Wow. You kids have all the fun.
Talking about, we have all kinds of fun. We know secrets.
You two
they
are
don't
bonding in jail. You kidding?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So the door
we head inside.
You head inside. He's there, and he seems to be working on something.
Hey, Willie.
Oh, hi. Fancy seeing you. And he kind of gestures to the... Did you order 2 or 3 more?
Three more.
You see he gestures to the 3 earrings on the counter.
Oh, we were just about to check on that.
Yeah, still a bit more of enchanting to get to. I keep up a pretty good pace, probably about... How long did he originally tell you?
3 weeks.
No, it was like 3 days.
No, it was like 3 weeks.
It was a good amount of time.
Was it?
Enchanting is not a slow
Maybe it
process.
was-
It's not
Hold
a
on.
quick process.
I think it was a week.
Hold on.
We about to find out today.
Right.
As our 2 note takers combat in
Right.
no
Let's see,
battle.
let's see who gets there first.
Speed.
Not in that.
10 days.
How many?
3 10 days and 600 gold total. Half up front.
Yep.
Mm.
So it's
3
been-
weeks,
it's been
which
3
is
days.
so we still have 27 days to go.
Yep. He's looking. Well, I'm pretty much on schedule.
Oh.
Just
Anything
come
else
to
I
see
can-
if you're on schedule.
Anything else I can do for you?
Do you have any way to magically transport these to wherever we are when we actually need them?
No.
Yeah, well, it was worth a shot.
Mm.
Anything else? I'm almost afraid to
God, could you
ask.
Could you imagine? They're like Thor's hammer. You hold your ear
Is
up and
your-
it just shoots in.
Speaking of, is your friend so? Are they okay? What was the
Mostly.
judgment?
Fine, okay.
Well, they're both in jail, obviously.
Yeah.
I kind of got us a job up north with stuff with the
Interesting.
skirmishes, and we might have to leave immediately, like tomorrow or the day after, which
And
is
you
why
can
we
just kind of
came
see
in.
a bit of the color from his face kind of drain. Oh.
Yeah. I think I had misheard when you had said
Rather-
initially the timeline, so I was hoping it'd be done before we left.
Rather unsafe territory that way.
Well, it was either that or the fire genasi friend of ours. She could have been executed.
Oh.
And
You s-
and we don't have the money to bail them. So
Right.
I offered our services.
And he's over
Willie-
there blabbing about Tam wanting to keep the coin.
Willie, are you familiar with the area of the North?
Just what I've heard, there seems to be some kind of war between the two countries up there. Something about improperly possessed relics, one belonging to the other, and demanding them back. That's all I really know. I was interested because they said they were magical items, but trying to nail down the nature of them is difficult. But I do know that it's all started over mispossession of some kind of magical artifacts, or singular artifact, multiple. The research got a little sketchy after a while.
They're fighting over a toy.
It always does.
Can I insight check Willie? I feel like he knows more than he's letting on.
Feel free.
Sympathizer. Secret
Nope.
traitor.
12.
He seems pretty forward and honest. He's not a hard individual to read. He's a nerdy wizard guy.
Those damn nerds and their books.
He's a book person.
Could we
He still
hear?
snitched me out.
Could we hear everything? So we couldn't speak in the upper deck, but we could hear everything, correct?
Correct.
And he never said anything to us about the coin being illegal, did he?
He said it was
definitely
unsavory.
Suggested it was unsavory and used in circles of questionable morals.
But that doesn't mean it was illegal.
Why I was
That
going
doesn't
to
mean it's
use it on
illegal.
fucking Kelvin, not anybody else. All I was
He
going to do
didn't-
was gaslight him. God.
He didn't explicitly say it was illegal. No.
He probably
But
also
he-
told
he
the guard
hinted
what
at
he
it.
looked at.
He made it more seem like he was saying that so that he could keep it.
I mean, he probably did, and then you said you were going to hang on to it.
Dick.
Kelvin's have a moment of crisis. He's like, Wondrous Willie, why? Why?
Is there anything you are going to say or do, or is that going to be any other plans for the day?
I'll ask him. Willie,
Yes.
you were pretty vague on some of the items that you had told my friend about. Why didn't you tell him that some of the things that you had identified for him were illegal in the area?
Well, legal, illegal. Gets hazy on who's going to be using the judgment. Some may let it slide. Others may wish to use the black and white ink of the law to its fullest purpose.
Willie, my man.
So when it was you wanted the coin, it was hazy, but when you couldn't get what you wanted, it was black and white.
I apologize, I was not the lawmaster proceeding over your friend's trial.
I got mad respect for Willie now. He's
I
not some
don't.
dorky nerd, okay? He knows what he's doing.
What is your current timeline on these earrings?
20, 25-ish, give or take, days.
Cap.
Anything else?
We will come back as soon as we can for those.
I
But
will
you know
hold
the
them in
nature
ready.
of the skirmishes, so
Please be safe out there. And if
We
you
will
come across any items of interest, arcane in nature. I'd like to have a look at them.
He'll be the first one we bring them to.
Thank you.
How much were those earrings?
300, 200 apiece, I believe.
Yeah, 200 each. So there will be 300 more gold when we're when we pick them up.
I thought we paid. Oh wait, no, never mind.
We paid
We
half.
paid 3.
On her way out, Snow's gonna leave Willie with the rest so that it's paid in full. And as she leaves, she's gonna kind of just whisper to him, just in case.
Very well. I will expedite my processes.
Hopefully see you again soon.
Of course. Again, be safe up there. What are you guys doing next?
I suppose with the time of day, we'll go back to the pint.
Gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Just wait out the rest of the day, the night, unless Kelvin wants to go run to the tailor real quick.
Oh yeah, the tailor.
You head to Reginald's Threads. It's closed.
We can come back in the morning.
Too late. He already sold the bag to somebody else. That's the way our luck is rolling.
Hey, I paid that dude extra. He had better not. Plus, he was flirting with me. So, yeah.
He shouldn't have been doing that. He's married.
I mean, I won't speak for the others, but I assume we'll just hang around the pint for the rest of the day and probably the night.
Okay.
I'll probably
Just
play
pass time.
more.
All right. Snow, Kelvin, Cathalia, you enjoy another night's rest at the Gracious Pint. 2 more gold out of the pocket, please.
Got it.
That includes your drinks, meals, and lodging due to the favor you had given to this family. Pyre, Tamriel. As morning comes, you awaken not to the sound of the opening of the slat where food is served, but instead to the unlocking of the doors. Pyre, a single guard, stands there, just motions for you to come to the door.
Get up and I go to the door.
And he begins to lead you to the foyer area. Tamriel, say for you. The door opens, and you see a guard standing there. Come with me, please, sir.
Of course.
They lead both of you to a side foyer area where all of your things have been placed on the counter. And they undo the manacles around your wrists and your ankles. They collect them. And these 2 guards leave, and a clerk, not a cleric, a clerk. Well, they're a cleric of the law, but as a clerk, he begins to lay out all of your items in 2 separate piles. All of your gear seems to be accounted for. Well, your bond has been paid in full by somebody, and he's just speaking as he's putting your things out. Paid in full, your debts are settled, you are free to go. And then just as he goes to leave, your passive perception for both of you is easily high enough for this. He pulls a letter out from a pocket in his robe and sets it down on Pyre's gear and leaves.
If this is drunk Dwarvis again, I swear to God, as I open it up to read it.
One can only hope.
Read it, I need both of you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
Jesus. You're gonna get us killed. Oh, Christ. Okay. 6.
No.
That's so very much not go.
Both of you hear, as if speaking not but a foot away from you. To you, Tamriel, this is an extremely familiar voice. One good deed for another. Consider your earlier successes now paid in full. Your elegant touch to the siblings now given in gold. Like all flames, even a low lit will burn bright when needed. Your gracious benefactor, Tane Northwind. And that is where we'll end the episode.
You
Fuck.
motherfucker.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
God damn it.
So, Tane
This is
paid their
worse than
bail.
last week.
Thank you, but what the fuck? Okay.
This is worse than last week.
Well, thank you all so very much for joining us for this fantastic episode. I
What
am
the fuck?
beyond excited to be at over 100 followers, and my brain is blown. To Matthew, who has won our gracious giveaway, I cannot wait to personalize this for you and get it on its way to be in your hands. Hopefully it gives you many, many years of crazy fun D&D games. For all of you who are here, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for the follows, the gifted subs, the absolute craziness and support you're giving this crazy, crazy dream I have. And until next week, be safe and have a good one.
We are so
Roll
fucked.
some dice.